Welcome, traders. My name is Adam Harris, and let's just have a look at this economic calendar. This is for the week commencing Monday the 5th, which has got a couple of holidays. So it's that time of year. We have lots of bank holidays and other holidays as well. So just highlighting US news a little bit on Monday to be something to be aware of. I'll be keeping an eye on PMI data out of the UK to see how that is doing. I know, the US jobs data held up actually much better. I have noticed that it has been revised downwards afterwards the last couple of months. I'm curious to see if it is revised downwards this time as well. But I'm also curious to see what happens with this. I do know the Fed are not interested in cutting rates and that they're being pressured to do so. There's no real reason to do it because all the suffering and pain that's happening economically, so to speak, is completely avoidable and can be fixed just simply by stopping the tariff nonsense. But that being said, I'm curious to see what comes out of the press conference and the statement there to see if it has any larger impact. Next, just curious to see what happens here with the BOE, with a rate cut as well, if that follows through, and jobless numbers out of the US. I want to see what happens there. You can see slight drops in all these different things happening now out of the US, but also curious to see what comes up with the Bank of England here with regards to the UK. So very much interested to see how the UK and Europe are starting to, how they're going to start to manage themselves around what is going on in the US. That being said, let's go to the charts and see what's happening there. Okay, so first of all, I think it really has to be just stated here. It's undeniable. The VIX continues to calm down. The markets are relatively calm at this point in time. Okay, there's no increasing amount of panic. This could simply just be as a fact is that the market has now assimilated what the situation is and has determined what the boundaries of the risk are as well. Let's have a look at dollar index. So for now, what I'm looking for here, especially on the weekly here, is to see if we ultimately find a bit of resistance. We've broken outside the range. I want to see if we're going to go back into the range or if we're going to find some resistance and stay out of the range and continue to head lower. If we have a look at euro dollar, it'll be the same thing as well. Looking at it here from a weekly perspective, I expect a stronger dollar this week or a weaker euro. See the price head down, and then I want to see if we do find some support by the end of the week. Again, the same thing with sterling. We are sitting at the top of the range. We've had a bit of a double top here on the weekly, finding some strong resistance here. Let's just quickly check that in. And I'm looking here to see if we get, if we find some strong resistance, and therefore it makes sense to me. If we do break the low here, I would expect price to head a little bit lower. Ultimately, if we do, in the coming months get a weaker dollar, then I would expect it to head up and go a little bit higher. Dollar yen. Dollar yen currently finding some support at the bottom of this very strong support. Makes sense for me to see this head up a little bit higher, possibly towards 147, and then we'll see. So a lot of that supporting the idea of a stronger US dollar. Let's have a look at dollar Swissy. Dollar Swissy is the same, very similar here. We could see it heading back up to test this area of support to see if it finds some resistance. I'll be looking here to see if we break the high or the low of this weekly candle. Dollar CAD to me looks very much more as though it is starting to slip back inside this range. I was looking to see if it finds support. It's now 3 weeks have gone by. It's not yet finding any support in this area. Maybe that stronger dollar will help do it, but it's starting to slip. It's starting to look a little bit more bearish than bullish. Let's have a look at gold. So gold on that weekly, starting that retracement. Makes sense to me, especially if we break the low here. We'll see gold head down towards 3,100, possibly as far as 3,000. 3,100 makes a lot more sense to me. If we are going to start a monthly correction, obviously then 3,000 starts to make a lot more sense. But for now, a little bit further for gold to the downside there makes a lot more sense to me. All right, crude oil. So again, we've been waiting and talking about this for a long time here. We could see price pull back into the moving averages, produced a bearish candle, starting to head a little bit lower here. It's going to start to have to test these levels over here now, and I want to see if that is going to produce anything that's going to be significant to us. But for now, I expect this to continue to head lower. What's interesting to me is this starts to put $40 is starting to show up in the site, and that to me is very interesting. MACD is heading more and more, breaking fresh lows here, nice and bearish. So I think that $40 is now a realistic assessment in the coming months. If we have a look at the global indices, so especially on the weekly here, we're still stuck below that 50 period, and until we break and close above that, I still am keeping my medium and long term bearish. Shorter term, of course, we are looking nice and bullish. The S&P here heading up, looking super bullish. So short term, I might be looking for some very short term, very cautious, lower risk, better trade management, tighter stops, or more not tighter stops per se, normal stops, but taking profits sooner, partial profit taking, and so on. Be looking for those. NASDAQ as well, also coming back up to test that 50 period over there as well. So although it looks bullish right now, for me, this is my concern here is that we we're heading more towards something that appears to be closer towards, let's say, a hanging man type of behavior, where we get a hanging man, which is a very bullish candle that happens often towards the end of a trend. We've still got bearish divergence here. A lot of the technicals are giving us very mixed signals, and the price action behavior is a little bit bizarre. It's much more normal to see a correction in the markets last a few candles before we have a bit of a recovery. So let's have a look at the DAX as an example. It's much more normal to see the market coming down and then recovering instead of this immediate recovery, which is just a little bit too quick that it could do this within a single candle. So let's have a look here. For example, here we have 3 months down, a couple of months up. Even here as a consolidation before break, here we had one of the biggest market shocks in what should be in absolute ages, and the market just immediately rebounded, collapsed a very long way, and rebounded just as much within the same candle, which is unusual, but this produces a bit of a hanging man pattern, which could mean that we're about to enter a bigger correction. We could see the end of this trend. That could be something that happens. So it is both bullish, but also makes me very cautious. My spider sense is kicking off here. I'm cautiously buying to the upside, but I'm not convinced this is a good time to invest. Not really seeing enough of a correction in the markets, and that's too much. It's too fast of a recovery. It's juiced up. It's like it's on steroids, and I don't like that. That's a personal preference. Bitcoin, on the other hand, I do quite like the look of this. To me, this is a much slower, more considered move. This is a much healthier correction. This is a much slower recovery. To me, I think this looks, I'm more bullish on it. We'll see how it handles that 100K in terms of resistance, but this trend is a much healthier trend than the indices, for sure. Much further, much healthier. We don't really have a clear trend on Ethereum at this point. We've broken through support, so now we're just going to have to see what happens with that. But Bitcoin looking nice and bullish there. Apple, you can see here, looking at it from a monthly perspective, we're still producing lower candles, so not looking as strong here. Microsoft gapping up, sure, that looks good. It's had a really nice discount. All of this looks pretty decent. Let's see if we can break up through that downward sloping trend line and through that level of resistance at 450. Amazon, also, it's a really deep correction. It's not a super bullish candle. It could form the basis of a move higher. We've got an uptrend now on the daily. Let's see again how that copes with that. We look at Google. Again, we've broken. This is most important. I would highlight this. This was an uptrend of high lows, high highs. We have broken that uptrend. We've closed or broken much below that low low. This is no longer an uptrend. So now we're looking to see what's happening next, but it is no longer an uptrend. Let's be clear. Meta, not a bad correction, really letting off steam, coming into the highs here, looks amazing. Broken the low here, we've got a swing low here, we could see some more movement to the upside. Nvidia as well, managing to slow down that stop. It's in a really good place. This is in the green spot where we spoke about before. That might actually manage to recover. We have Tesla now. I would mention that, these two little prongs over here, tails, wicks, off that 50 period, that's a relatively strong bounce, guys. That's a relatively strong bounce. We've still got this range. I'm just going to highlight this range, just to move it up a little bit higher. We're still stuck within this range at this point in time, but that's a relatively strong bounce. Wouldn't surprise me if we can break up above that 300, but that is the challenge. 300 is really going to be the big challenge. We're going to have to see how that plays out. And let's have a look at Netflix. So Netflix is on fire right now. To me, it's the best performing of the Mag 7. Broken high, super bullish, really nice and healthy, and just a massive rebound. And so for now, this one being my favorite. But look at this, we are due for a correction now on the daily. We do need a retracement down to 1,050 back into these highs. Actually makes a lot of sense. This is a very long, unsustainable move. Can't keep going as it is. That's not really normal behavior. We need to have a bit of a pullback, but any pullbacks here for me might represent a buying opportunity, something I'll have a look at. And there we go, ladies and gents. So stay frosty. We are a little bit in the upside down at this point in time. The markets and the behavior, it would be better, I think, to be treated with caution and a little bit of suspicion. Not always, not paranoia, just a little bit of caution and suspicion, and managing that risk appropriately for now, for the foreseeable future. Thank you, ladies and gents. Speak to you next week.